What's going on, everybody? Samir Chibane coming at you guys with another video. And this one is going to be real special. I feel like this is something that nobody really touches on. It's something definitely higher level for sure. And the reason why I say that is because, there's a certain extent to, understanding marketing. And then there's a psychological aspect, right? Like the subconscious level, which is, such things as like color, the headlines that you use, the type of font, all these things really factor into, how comfortable someone feels when they visit your Shopify store or, your ClickFunnels or your sales funnel or whatever it may be, right? So with that being said, somebody actually shared something in the Facebook group that we put together. I'm not sure if you've watched some of my previous videos, but long story short, we put together an absolutely free mastermind group for mostly, individuals that are in the e-commerce space that are trying and actually building their, Shopify business, right? Wow, that was a tongue twister, but their e-commerce business. So with that being said, somebody shared like a little, little screenshot of something that had to do with colors and how subconsciously they portray different messages and just trigger different psychological emotions. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share with you. There's tons of stuff like this being shared in the group, so you can join. It's totally free on the link below. We also have a Telegram group, which you can access by joining the actual Mastermind Facebook group first. So this is one of the many things that's being shared throughout, every single day. So a lot of cool stuff happening, a lot of exciting things being shared. A lot of great ideas also being tossed around. So make sure you join that, but let's dive right into it. So this is not the actual screenshot that individual shared, but it was actually Zishan. So I don't know how I just remembered his name, but shout out to Zishan if he's watching it. And I went ahead and found something a little bit more concrete, a little bit in more detail. And I'll have this inside the Facebook group for you to download as well for, your own record. So this is called the color psychology right here. So the complete guide to color psychology. Shout out to my boy Brandon as well for sharing this PDF with me. I hope he doesn't get mad that I'm sharing it with you guys, because this is definitely super fucking valuable. So let's get into it. So the first part right here is negative connotations. And I guess this is a little bit hard to understand, but on the right here it says positive connotations. So I guess all these kind of feelings right here are, the things that we want to trigger, right? These are the things that we might want to, scare them with. And that is envy, fear, greed, jeopardy, danger, expensiveness, negativity, and lust. Okay, so these are negative connotations. On the right here, we got happiness, love, nature, quality. What is this? Competence, sincerity, sophistication, and purity. Okay, so these are the emotions we obviously want to trigger with any of our products or any of our offers, and these are the emotions we obviously want to, really focus on and, push the most, right? So let's kind of keep going here and see how we can do that exactly. Now we got the theory of psychology. This is the best part right here. So all these colors, right? All these dominant colors right here, portray and trigger specific psychological emotions, right? So depending on what niche, what industry, what type of business you have, you definitely want to be careful on picking the colors that, you're looking for or that, you should be going after. So for example, right, McDonald's and Wendy's, what do they have in common? Their logos. Well, they're both, they're both red and they both have a little bit of yellow in them because those two together tend to trigger hunger and, food, right? So the reason why these multi-billion-dollar corporations chose those colors is not because Ray McDonald's favorite color was red and yellow. It was because through, deep study and research and millions of dollars put into the research, they came to the realization that these two colors work best for restaurants, right? So, for example, Burger King doesn't do nearly as well at any of those two, not even nearly as Chick-fil-A, which is also red and has a little bit of yellow in it. They don't do nearly as well, and it's very arguable that the main reason why is because their logo just does not trigger the right psychological emotions, right? Example, another one, Coca-Cola, right, versus Pepsi. You got totally, red versus like a little bit of blue, or dominantly blue, red, and yellow type of thing, type of design. And, Coca-Cola beats it every single time. Now, although there is a lot more behind the Coca-Cola brand as to why they are so successful, I actually read this little story the other day where it said that there was hundreds of research done and surveys done where they literally gave people the Pepsi and Coca-Cola side by side, and they asked them to try them both. And most of the time, people literally, like an overwhelming amount of time, people chose the Pepsi brand. But even then, they continue to drink Coca-Cola. Why? I believe that one of those main reasons is because of the color when they're going to shop for, a drink that triggers their emotions right away. And two, Coca-Cola has just done an amazing job at branding themselves. But that was a little bit off topic, so let's get right back into it, all right? Red is physical. Red has the longest wavelength of all colors and is therefore considered to be the most powerful color, often cited as a physical color, okay? So what does that mean? I'm not 100% sure, but red has the longest wavelength of all colors and is therefore considered to be the most powerful color, often cited as a physical color. There's more down here that's going to explain exactly what these are, but I think this is just kind of quick little summarization. Emotional is for yellow, and yellow has a relatively long wavelength as well and is essentially a simulating color. However, it simulates emotions rather than thought or action. Okay, so there is now we clearly understand there's a difference between colors that simulate emotion rather than thought or action. Okay, so there's three different types of simulations that can happen, or stimulations that can happen with different colors. So purple, spiritualism, purple and violet have the shortest wavelength. It's said to be the transcendental and an aid for high intellectual thought. Boom, there you go. So I guess I could see why this would work for, like yoga brands or, anything that has to do with like Zen or, higher spirituality type of stuff. So that's why I would guess that's why the globe emoji, or the, I forget the exact name of what that thing is. Yeah, the fortune teller, globe. It's always purple, right? Even the emoji is purple, so that makes sense. Seriousness, black. Psychologically, it creates a protective barrier and denotes seriousness. So maybe if you're trying to present yourself as, a super serious brand, Apple, for example, dominantly black and white. Blue, intellectual. Blue is considered to be the color of the mind. It is thought to simulate mental activity, making it the ideal choice for painting the office. I also know that blue has a lot to do with social. So that's one. Green, balance. Green is the color most easily interpreted by the human eye. It is therefore restful. It's also in the middle of the color spectrum, making it a symbol of balance. Cool. So comfort is orange, and then pink is soothing, which makes total sense. Comfort for orange, it is considered a sensual color and is associated with physical comfort. All right. Now, one main thing that I wanted to show you is this part right here as well. So, research by Kathy Lemencusa found that blue is the favorite color of most Americans. This was followed in order by green, purple, and red. It is thought that the preference for blue and green is evolutionary and is related to the type of environment favored by our ancestors. Interesting, right? The American flag has, white or blue, red, and white. So I could see why the blue would be the most favorite color by Americans, especially among U.S. citizens. So 16% of Americans say green is their favorite color, 10% of Americans say purple is their favorite color, and 9% say red is, okay? Research completed in 1996 demonstrated that color of medication given to patients has a placebo effect. So hot colored pills were shown to be more effective as stimulants. Cold colored pills were shown to be more effective as relaxants, all right? Not really a fan of any type of prescription drugs, but this is interesting as well right here. All right, now this is the main kind of thing that I wanted to share with you guys right here. It's so interesting how different cultures, look and react to different colors differently. So this is really important when it comes to scaling out your business. Okay, when it comes to scaling out your business past the United States, what works in America is not guaranteed to work in Italy or the UK or China or Russia. And the reason why is because the colors and even little things as the type of call to actions that you have in there and the way that you sell is also really, really different. So you have to take that into consideration. It's not as simple as just increasing your budget and then widening your targeting, and then all the sales are going to flood in from the rest of the world. You have to tailor your message specifically to the country and the culture that you're promoting to. So that's really, really important. And you can see that. You can see that bigger companies, when they scale out past the country of origin for their company, they definitely, and I remember this, I took a class in international marketing, and one of the main things was finding out how to promote, something in all different types of countries. And this is a prime example right here. So cultural meaning of blue. In USA, it means patriotism, right? In the UK, it means calming. In Italy, it means religion. And in China, it means healing. And in Russia, it means loyalty. And in Iran, it means mourning, right? Mourning, like, kind of mourning the loss of, somebody's death or something like that. So patriotism versus mourning. I don't even know how you say that word. Mourning, whatever, fuck it. So patriotism versus mourning is total opposite, right? This is very exciting. This is very sad. This is a little bit relaxing. So is calming. But loyalty is completely different than any of these ones right here, right? So that's something interesting. Cultural meaning of green, inexperience, eco-friendly. South America, it means death. In Greece, it means victory. In India, it means Islam. And in Japan, it means life. Okay, so if you're promoting something as eco-friendly in the United Kingdom, you definitely would want to change the color if you're trying to promote it in South America, because then it can be very easily correlated with death. So you got to be careful on that. Famous color use, green. Green is known to be calming, so despite the fact it's less pure and sterile than white, it is often used in hospitals. Used in labs, hospitals, and for precision engineering, white rooms stimulate a higher awareness of contamination. So I do agree with that. All hospitals, all hospitals and public health places are dominantly white because that represents clean, right? So Apple.com, dominantly white because they know that they want to present this minimalistic look, and the best way to do that is with white. So pink, research in the USA have recommended prison cells are painted pink as it has such a calming effect. I'm sure you can't be too calm in jail, but why not try, right? Blue. In 2000, blue lighting was used as anti-crime measure in Glasgow. The city council changed street lighting in certain areas to blue. Anecdotal evidence indicated that this reduced crime and antisocial behavior. So reduced antisocial behavior. So I guess increased social behavior, which I agree with a lot. I feel like blue is definitely super, super social color. And let's see, in 2010, Philips trialed a blue-tinted light in Surrey classrooms designed to wake children up and become more alert. The same system was used previously in Hamburg, where it reduced hyperactivity by 77% and errors fell by 45% in a 3-year trial. So I guess that's kind of weird too. Like, why would you use blue light in a classroom for kids? I feel like that's such a weird environment for them to be in, but I guess it works. So red right here, London buses were painted red to make them more visible both for pedestrians and commuters. So yeah, red stands out, red grabs your eye. And, also things like green is green light, right? So green means go. Red light means danger or urgency or, love. So that's really something to keep in mind when you're building out your funnels, like I said, or, your call to action buttons, maybe your headlines when you're trying to create scarcity and all these things in your marketing. You have to keep in mind what these colors, represent and trigger. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got value out of this video. I'm trying to implement all this, new things that I'm learning about color psychology into our Shopify stores, into our funnels, in our online, marketing in general. So hopefully this gave you value. Hopefully it gave you an aha moment as to why some of your ads aren't converting, why some of your product pages and funnels aren't converting. And believe it or not, sometimes just changing a color can significantly increase your conversions. Okay, keep that in mind. So you're just one little optimization away from, creating that massive flow of income online. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much. Make sure you join the private mastermind group below. I'm going to have this as a PDF inside there waiting for you to download and keep, on your records. And then hopefully I'll also see you inside the Telegram group. It's actually blowing up right now with everybody kind of sharing ideas and whatnot. So real cool. I check it actually more than my text, believe it or not. So see you guys inside. Peace.